Tonight, family members are planning a vigil for a missing Houston woman who disappeared nearly 3 weeks ago. This after a discovery may give new clues to detectives working the case. Our Matt Doherty is live from the Braeswood area. Hey, Matt.
Hey, Ron. Yeah, the vigil starts right here in about 2 hours. It was organized by Burfield's mother. It's going to happen right about before sundown. And take another look at her missing daughter, Brittany. The mom says her daughter's apartment was ransacked and her car was stolen and being used by a drug dealer, she told us. The mom found the car by tracking her daughter's cell phone, but there was no sign of her daughter. She's been sharing all of this with detectives who located some of the missing woman's clothing at a home in the 3rd Ward. That was on Thursday. They found it in a vacant lot on a nearby Drew Street. That's where EquiSearch crews were at. They did not find anything there, though, we're told. Now, tonight's vigil will be here at St. Luke's Presbyterian. That's on 8915 Timberside. Again, that begins at 8 o'clock tonight. Tonight, this mother is continuing to call on anybody who might have any information on the whereabouts of her daughter to please come forward to police. We're going to be here with another report coming up at 10 o'clock, but for now, we're live in Braeswood. Standing for Houston, Matt Doherty, KHU 11 News.
All right, thank you so much, Matt.